Everyone makes budgeting sound complicated. Spreadsheets with 17 tabs, apps that need a tutorial to use, categories within categories within categories. You do not need any of that. In the next 5 minutes, I am going to give you a budget so simple you could explain it to a 10-year-old, and it will work better than the complicated version you have been avoiding for years. Let me tell you about Priya. Priya tried to budget 4 separate times in 3 years. Attempt 1. Downloaded an app with 64 spending categories. Lasted 6 days. Gave up trying to decide whether a coffee with a friend counted as social or food and drink. Attempt to build a spreadsheet so detailed it took 90 minutes every Sunday to update. Lasted 3 weeks. Decided her Sunday afternoons were worth more than this. Attempt 3. Tried to track literally every cent in a notebook. Lasted for days. Lost the notebook. Took it as a sign. Attempt 4 gave up on budgeting entirely. Decided she was just bad with money. Spent the next year believing that about herself. Here's what Priya did not know. She was not bad with money. She was using systems that were too complicated to survive contact with actual human life. Then her sister showed her one simple framework. 3 categories. No app required. 15 minutes to set up. 5 minutes a week to maintain. 8 months later, Priya had saved more money than in the previous 3 years combined. The system did not get easier. The system was always simple. Priya just finally found it. I am Zig. Welcome to Learn Finance with Zig. Today I am giving you that exact system. Let us get into it. The system is called the 50-30-20th rule, and it works because it has exactly 3 categories, not 64-3. Take your monthly income after tax. Split it like this. 50% needs, rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, transport, insurance, minimum debt payments, the things that keep your life functioning. If you stopped paying it and something bad would happen quickly, it is a need. 30% wants, dining out, streaming services, hobbies, shopping that is not essential. The things that make life enjoyable but would not cause a crisis if they disappeared tomorrow. 20% savings and debt repayment beyond the minimum. This is the category that builds your future. Emergency fund, investments, extra payments, toward debt to get out faster. That is it. 3 buckets. Every dollar goes into one of them. No 64 categories. No deciding if a candle counts as home decor or self-care. Just need, want, or future. This works because your brain can actually use it. A budget you cannot maintain is worse than no budget at all, because it teaches you that budgeting does not work, when really, it just means that budget did not work. Let us make this real. Say you take home $3,000 a month after tax. 50%, $1,500. Rent $900. Groceries $300. Transport $150. Utilities $100. Phone $50. 30%, $900. This is yours to enjoy. Dinner out, a subscription, something fun on a Saturday. Guilt freebie because it is already accounted for. 20%, $600. This moves automatically the day your paycheck lands, before you see it, before your brain gets a vote. Now what if your needs are actually 65% because rent is expensive where you live? This happened to Priya too. Her rent alone was 40% of her income. Adjust it. The percentages are a starting point, not a religion. Priya used 65, 15, 20 instead. Needs took more, wants took less. Savings stayed protected at 20% no matter what. The percentage that should never move savings, that is the one category you protect like it is sacred, because it is the only category building your future instead of paying for your present. Here's where most budgets die. Not in the planning, in the maintaining. 3 things made this stick for Priya, where everything else failed. Would not automate the savings the day you get paid. Set up an automatic transfer for that 20% the same day your income arrives. Not, I will move it at the end of the month if there is anything left. There is never anything left at the end of the month. Move it first. To use 2 bank accounts, not one. One account for needs and wants. One separate account purely for savings. When money is sitting in one big pot, your brain treats all of it as spendable. When savings physically live somewhere else, it stops feeling like an option. 3. Check in for 5 minutes a week, not 90 minutes a month. Priya's failed spreadsheet took 90 minutes monthly and felt like homework. Her successful system took 5 minutes every Sunday, just glancing at her wants category to see how much was left for the week. That is it. 5 minutes. A budget that takes 90 minutes will eventually get skipped. A budget that takes 5 minutes survives bad weeks, busy months, and actual human life. Let us address the thing nobody talks about. What happens when you blow your wants budget? Because you will. Everyone does. That is not failure. That is being a person. Here is what you do not do. Abandon the entire system because one category went over for 1 month. Here is what you do. You simply have less to spend in wants next month. Or you pull slightly from a different non-essential line within needs if there is flexibility. The savings category stays protected regardless. That is the rule that never bends. Priya went over her once budget in month 3 by $120. A friend's birthday weekend she did not plan for. She did not quit. She did not call herself bad with money. She just had a slightly tighter month for in the wants category and moved on. The system surviving one bad month is what separates it from every other budget Priya had tried before. The first 3 systems collapsed. The moment in reality did not match the plan perfectly. This one bent without breaking. So there it is. Budgeting for beginners. The simple money plan anyone can actually follow. 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings, automated, protected, untouchable. Adjust the percentages to fit your real life. Automate the savings the day you get paid. Use 2 accounts. Check in for 5 minutes a week. And when you go over, adjust. Do not abandon. Priya did not need 64 categories. She did not need 90 minutes a week. She needed 3 buckets and a system simple enough to survive actually being human. You have that system now today. Open your banking app right now. Figure out your take-home pay. Do the simple math. 2, 50, 30, 20. Set up 1 automatic transfer. That is the whole plan. 15 minutes to start. A lifetime of difference. Smash that like button. Subscribe to Learn Finance with Zig. Drop a comment. What percentage split works for your life? I want to see your numbers. I will see you in the next one. Stay smart. Stay wealthy.